Here's my audience. Here are my 4 note cards. Although some of you may have heard of the basketball legend Pete Maravich, I doubt that you know that he predicted his own death. Even though he is a very well-known basketball player, his life story is not something that is as well-known. It is both interesting and important when learning about him as a player as well. While most of these facts about Pete's life are fairly unknown to most fans, there are still lots of outlets that have been just as curious as I am and have researched his past to find out why he became so good at the sport. Pistol Pete Maravich was raised to be a basketball player from a young age and ended his career being widely known as a basketball legend. I plan to go throughout Pete's life growing up, his family, sicknesses he developed through his life, as well as all of his basketball accolades he gathered through the years of playing the sport. According to Britannica.com, written by Robert G. Logan, Pete's parents are a large reason for why he became such a big basketball star. Specifically, his father, Press Maravich, being the head basketball coach at Clemson University, North Carolina State University, and then finally Louisiana State University. Pete's mother, Helen Maravich, was a stay-at-home mom for all of Pete's childhood. He was influenced to practice all of the important fundamentals in basketball while in any situation. He would dribble the ball while riding his bike or on car rides. He would practice his shot or do a fancy drill while watching his father coach. He became a phenom that was so ahead of his time that people began to not think he was human. His drive to be a great basketball player led him to a successful time playing basketball in college. Pete played high school basketball at Danielle High School in South Carolina, a year before he was even old enough to attend the school and participated in varsity until graduation. He decided to go into college under his father at UCLA. As a freshman, he was not allowed to play for the team due to a rule in the NCAA at the time. He was a big-time scorer for the team, but it led to little postseason success for the 3 years on the team. After college, he got drafted by the Atlanta Hawks as a 3rd pick in the first round of the 1970 draft. He was drafted onto the team with a $1.9 million contract, which was far the highest of that date. He spent 10 years in the NBA, which all ended up fairly unsatisfying compared to how good he was in college. And when injuries started to hit him hard, he decided to retire. He ultimately only won his only scoring record title with the New Orleans Jazz by scoring 31.1 points that season. Pete's illness from childhood struck him hard not many years after his retirement. Pete suffered from a congenital heart defect since he was born. He was only born with 1 coronary artery, where most people are born with 2. According to an article from 973thedog.com, written by Michael Scott, during an interview early in Pete's career, he said, "I don't want to play 10 years in the NBA and die of a heart attack at 40. I've got other things to do. Who needs basketball?" And that is precisely what happened to him. He died of a heart attack at age 40. Pete Maravich obviously does not have the championship rings from either the NCAA or the NBA, but he does have quite the lineup of basketball accolades anyway. All 3 of his years in the NCAA, he led the league in scoring 44.2 points per game over his entire college career. He ended up blowing by this all-time scoring record in the college by 3,667 points across 83 games. Pistol Pete Maravich was raised to be a basketball player from a young age and ended his career being widely known as a basketball legend. Pete Maravich was born into a family that helped him into becoming the best college basketball player of all time, as well as a Hall of Famer in the NBA. He's one of the biggest mysteries in basketball. What if Pete Maravich played in college with a 3-point line?